Howdy there, young'uns. Silver Mongoose here, back again for another video. And this one's going to be a little different. I wanted to share my experience with this little system, but some of you will be here for the system details, so here goes. Box is awesome, system is adorable. This turns it on, this brings up the menu. This does not open, sorry. Connects via HDMI only, powers via USB. No SD card slot, so no future games. Controller feels awesome. Cords are short, but I don't care because I play on the floor. You can plug this into this, and plug these into this. The games look and sound normal, the selection is great, and you got 4 save states per game. You got CRT mode, 4:3 mode, pixel perfect mode. Manuals are not included, but are free online. The instructions are a sweet poster. Why has nobody mentioned this? Oh, and it comes with Nintendo points. That's cool. Couldn't you just buy a different plug-and-play system with way more games? Yep. Use an emulator? Sure. Build yourself a Raspberry Pi instead? You betcha. So why did I buy this? Because I wanted it. Don't want it? Don't buy it. Just keep it simple. Nintendo didn't make too many. They will be making more. And scalpers suck. So, does that about cover it? Got all the hard facts? Cool. Now it's time to slow down and kind of get real. So, I don't know exactly how to get across what I'm trying to share. So I'm just going to start talking about my experience and hopefully it comes out right. I didn't get to play the NES Classic right away, as I had a lot of things to do, so the next night when I finally had some free time, I decided I was going to make a bit of an event out of it. I put on some pajamas, turned off the lights, put away the phone, sat on the floor with some drinks, some fresh pizza, pushed that little gray button, and for old time's sake, I turned on the CRT mode, which at first was honestly a bit jarring, but after a while I forgot that it was on. I forgot a lot of things. The world outside just kind of ceased to exist. I was not prepared for how completely I got sucked into this. I only played most games for about 5 to 10 minutes, just enough to get a taste, but it was enough to completely take me back. I was suddenly so thankful to have experienced this era of gaming when I was a kid. I was overcome with the simple joy of playing games again, and an intense feeling of appreciation for classic games. When I read old game magazines or watch interviews with developers from back in the day, I just get this sense that things were different. Things were a bit more pure, I guess. I mean, some of these games had development teams that were in the single digits. Sure, many games were frantically made due to deadlines set by people who didn't understand them, and honestly, a lot of these developers had little idea of what they were even doing, but they were passionate. They were excited because they knew that they were on the edge of a medium. They were in the Wild West of video games, a new frontier. They poured themselves into these titles, and sometimes when I play an older game, whether it's, in television, NES, Genesis, whatever, I sometimes feel like I can sense what the makers were thinking, what they were feeling when they composed a tune or made a character or just placed a block. I feel like I have an idea of what they were trying to get across. And isn't that what art is about? About conveying a feeling? Now, I understand how that might all sound a little dumb to some of you, and I fully admit that those feelings and that experience was largely fueled by nostalgia and booze, but I don't think I'm completely alone here. When I was waiting in line for my NES Classic, I met all sorts of people. Sure, there were collectors and enthusiasts and a lot of people like you guys, but I also spoke with people who had hardly touched a game since the NES days and were there to simply recapture a piece of their childhood. And I met parents who wanted to get an NES Classic for their kids to share these experiences with them and the next generation. So no, I don't think I'm completely alone when I say that I feel that those days, that era in that industry, and those games and the developers, it was special. And I guess I hope that, I don't know, that makes some sense. And even if you completely disagree with me, you have some idea of where I'm coming from. And if not, that's cool too. I just wanted to share my experience with you guys. So this has been Silver Mongoose Videos. And remember, classic gaming never gets old.